Hello and welcome to Talk a Good Game as the preview of West Ham United against Arsenal live on BT Sports this Saturday lunchtime kickoff. Myself and Gonzo from Hammers Chart here as per normal, and we've got someone from the West Ham way. We've got one of their more famous writers, if you will. Jack, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And, nice T-shirt you've got there.
Thank you. Evan gave it to me.
Well, Jack, let's start with yourself. What's your thoughts on our opponents on Saturday, Arsenal?
I think it's going to be a hard game. Arsenal, after their little blip, they've started to get going again. They smashed whoever they played on Saturday, which escapes me. But no, they absolutely battered them. And then they beat Everton as well, which is obviously not an easy place to go. I think it's going to be a real hard game, but I can't see why we can't go and get something, especially with Kayute there, now that his thing's been rescinded. And I think, honestly, some of the best football I've seen West Ham play since we've been there has been in the last two games. And I don't know why it can't continue.
Yeah, fantastic. Gonzo, they're currently 11 points behind Leicester City. They do have a game in hand, however. Are Arsenal out of the title race, or are they still in it but clinging on by their nails?
Yeah, mathematically they're in it, but the trouble is with Arsenal, historically, in recent history, every time they get close, every time a gap opens up, every time someone drops points, they blow it themselves. They literally do bottle it at that final hurdle, it seems, Arsenal. So yeah, they're mathematically in it, but I don't think even if the door is open for them, I don't think they can walk through it. I just don't think they've got it up there, to be honest with you.
Is this when they're most dangerous though, Gonzo, when there's a bit of pressure off them? Is this when they can go out there and play with freedom, and when their creative players are at their most dangerous?
I think they're dangerous because they've hit a bit of form. They're dangerous because Sanchez is back, who's clearly their best player, and when he's in tandem with Ozil, then they can do some really, really good things. But I do think there's a mental frailty to them, or a defensive frailty. There's a steal missing from Arsenal, and I do think that will scupper them every time.
Jack, do you think that Arsenal messed up badly in the summer by not signing any outfield players? Should this not be the season Arsenal win the league at a canter, because of City, United and Chelsea all not doing the business? I don't want to take anything away from Leicester and on Spurs, unfortunately, but should Arsenal not have been walking this league this season?
I think this was their biggest chance, and probably one of the biggest chances they're ever going to get. I think everyone says they need to sign a striker. I'm not sure if they do need to sign a striker. I think they do need to sign a holding midfielder, possibly a real quality centre-back, and then I think they'll be there or thereabouts. I think they've got a few too many injury-prone players. That's just from my point of view. And I think if you've got players like Wilshere, who on their day is unbelievable, but he's out for most of the year, and I think if you're carrying 5 or 6 players like that, you're never going to have that squad that gels and plays together every week. You look at Leicester, they've had no injuries this year, and I think it's helped them gel, and then now they're starting to grind out them 1-0 wins because they know where everyone is going to be. They know everything about their team.
Jack, Gonzo there said he's picked out Sanchez and Ozil as the 2 danger men. Is that your danger men as well, or are you keeping an eye on the young lad Iwobi? Scored in his 2 starts for Arsenal in Champions League, and he got his first goal in the Premier League. He signed a new deal this week on 30 grand, 3 starts, and he's on 30 grand a week. All right, if you can get it. Is that your danger man, Jack, or do you agree with Gonzo?
I think Sanchez and Ozil are still the main 2. I think they've got a very talented team. They're third because they're the 3rd best team at the end of the day. I think you've got to be careful of all of them. Obviously, Iwobi is coming, and obviously he's a problem at the moment. But I still think Sanchez on his day and Ozil on their day, they're hard to play against.
Well, this is Arsene Wenger's 2nd best ground to come to. He's got 2 grounds that are better than us. They're joint top, and that is Goodison Park and Villa Park. He's enjoyed 10 victories there in his reign at Arsenal in the league, whereas at West Ham he's won 9, drawn 5, and lost just 2. Just 2 league games he lost at Upton Park. Giroud, however, Gonzo, I'll ask you this one before we move on to West Ham. He scored 5 and 6 against us. Everyone talks about Theo Walcott with his record against West Ham, but Giroud's is just as impressive. However, only one of them 5 goals have come at Upton Park. Jack said Arsenal don't need a striker. Do you agree with that, Gonzo, or do you think Arsenal are lacking firepower?
I think they're lacking a lot of things. I think Arsenal have an abundance of tricky players. They, almost your Lanzini and your Payet type of players. That's what Arsene Wenger goes for. I think they've missed Cazorla this season. I think he's very, very underrated. I think he's as good as anyone in the middle of that part. But you've got Cazorla, you've got Wilshere, Oxlade-Chamberlain to a certain extent as well. Sanchez, Ozil. These are all very, very skillful players. So I think apart from them, they could probably do with a defender. They could probably do a striker, holding midfielder, as Jack said. I think they're all right at right back. They've got about 20 of them. But, yeah, I mean, are they? Apparently he was chasing Benzema for about the last 8 years and never quite gets him. I think Giroud is a decent player, but I think he's a level or two below the top level.
Well, the man in the middle, every time I say we've got a good man in the middle, it does not work out. So I'm not going to give my opinion on the referee. We've got Craig Pawson in charge on Saturday. He's already refereed one West Ham game this season. That was a 2-2 draw at Upton Park against Manchester City. However, he's refereed 3 Arsenal games. They got beat 3-2 at Old Trafford by Manchester United. They drew 0-0 at Britannia against Stoke, and they beat Leicester City 5-2 away from home. So generally, when he's in charge, it's goals, goals, goals. And I'll be finding out if these two think there's going to be goals, goals, goals at Upton Park on Saturday. Jack, you touched on Chiari's red card being rescinded. He's actually scored 2 in his 3 Premier League games against Arsenal. How big is that decision for West Ham for Saturday?
I honestly think Chiari is a £30 million player. I've said that since he's been at the club. I'll be honest with you, I didn't know much about him before. But since he's been at the club, he's such a rock at the back. He's so strong, and obviously that's why we gave him the new contract. And I think him getting his red card rescinded is massive boost for us. And I think it gives us a bit more defence in the midfield. Obviously with Noble, but you've obviously got players like Payet, Lanzini, who maybe don't do as much defending, but he certainly does.
Well, let's have a quick chat about defending. We've got options now. We've got Tompkins, Byram, and Collins all back. Gonzo, what are you hoping Bilic does at the back at the weekend? We've also seen the 2 errors against Crystal Palace. Would you punish one of the centre backs, or would you keep Reid and Ogbonna? What do you do with your right back? Do you move Antonio up?
Yeah, I keep the centre backs and I move Antonio up without a doubt. I liberate him. Number one, we're going to need a proper defender there because of all the players at Arsenal that we discussed. They're going to come at us, they're going to have a go. I'd like to see Tompkins there, to be perfectly honest with you. But, just for the pure and simple reason that Antonio, who's such a threat, I think sometimes you look at him and you don't know what he's going to do next. I'm not sure he knows what he's going to do next. And if we don't and he doesn't, I don't think defenders do. I think he's been such a good signing. And I want to just see him up there with that front Sacco, then I want to see Payet, Antonio, and Lanzini. Keep the centre backs. They've been so good. I mean, everyone makes a mistake, don't they? Let's be perfectly honest. So, yeah, Reid and Ogbonna, absolutely.
Jack, what are you hoping to see at the back line this weekend?
I would personally put Tompkins in and at right back, move Antonio up to the wing, drop Emenike, put Sacco obviously up front. I'm not sure what I'd do with the centre backs. I'd be slightly tempted to drop one of them, possibly leaning towards Reid, which might be slightly controversial, but I don't know. I think Reid's just come back from injury, needs a few more weeks, and I think when he's fit, he's one of the best centre backs in the Premier League.
Yeah, I quite agree with that. I'm one of Reid's biggest fans. I think he is in the top 3 centre backs in the league, but I think he has looked a bit like Rusty Reid since he's come back from injury. I think Bilic was forced to play him way too early than he would have liked. Bilic likes to ease them in, but he hasn't had that chance with Reid, and I just don't think he's quite at his best yet. And I was a bit worried for him. I think Balassi had him on toast a few times in the first half, and it wasn't enjoyable to watch. But in the air and at blocking shots, he is immense. But anyway, Gonzo, if we win, are we back in the race for 4th? And let me tell you this: if we beat Arsenal, we're 2 points behind them.
Yeah, we are. So, I mean, Leicester are going to finish 1st or 2nd, aren't they? That's clear. We've got Tottenham up there. Man City look like De Bruyne's come back, hasn't he? I think that could really be pivotal for them. Obviously, if Aguero's fit, De Bruyne's playing, then you've got to say they're taking over. That leaves one place. Now, the important thing is we're going to play Arsenal and we are going to play Man U. So I really do. Yeah, if we beat Arsenal, absolutely, we're back in it. It's mathematically is the case. So why not?
Do you agree with that, Jack?
Yeah, I didn't realise the 2 points if we beat them. That is massive. I hope Man City carry on their little blip, even though they were fantastic at the weekend. I can't see why we can't get top four. I think if there's a year to do it, it's this year, and I think why not? The team is playing out their skins at the moment. I think we deserve it this year.
If we beat Arsenal, it'll be the first time we've done the double overrun since the season 2006, 2007. So 9 seasons since we last beat Arsenal home and away in the same year. Gonzo, I get the vibe that you are, but are you confident going into this one?
As confident as you can be. I mean, Arsenal quality. You know, they're a really, really good team. But we're a really good team now. And you talk about records. This is the season for breaking records. We've broken a lot of records. The old Anfield, whatever, we haven't won there since, I don't know, the Beatles had released a record or something like that. We've played Liverpool. Have we played them 4 times this season? I think we have. We've beaten them 3 times. We've drawn the other one. Beaten Man City. I mean, we drew against Man U, of course, didn't we? Up there, and then we brought them in the league. We've brought them back in the cup as well. I mean, we are causing real problems for these bigger teams. Chelsea haven't beaten us this season, so why not? You know, really, why not? And I do think Arsenal will be motivated, by the way, because we beat them on the first game of the season. But I'm not sure they'll be more motivated than we. I think Bilic should be motivated. You know, he was not happy after that game, and not with the team. He was happy with the team, and as Jack said, Lanzini and Payet and the team are playing very, very well. We'll cause them problems.
Jack, are you confident? Who are you hoping? Who are you expecting to play well and really cause Arsenal trouble?
I think Lanzini's hugely underrated. I think Payet's obviously going to play well. I think Sakho's link-up play. I hope to see the right back. So obviously Antonio pushes forward. Antonio, as Gonzo said, is absolutely unplayable if he's. You just don't know what he's going to do. And I think the whole team's very good, but at the same time, as Gonzo says, the Arsenal team are very, 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 very good. And we just got to hope that our team turns up, which, to be fair, we have on every single game, big game this year. And I think it's a real 6-pointer, and I think we might just do it.
Well, we'll get your score prediction in a second. I agree with Lanzini. This is going to upset a few people. I would actually have Lanzini on the team sheet before Payet. Honestly, I would actually have Lanzini on the team sheet before Payet. I've said it on the forum before. I think Lanzini can go on to become better than Payet, but I would honestly have him on the team sheet first. I just think he's got the whole package. He's got the whole package. I think he does. He doesn't win games as much as Payet. I will say that but you know, you take Payet's free kicks out of him, he wouldn't be half as influential as he is.
I know. Yeah, and if you took Adrian's hands off, he wouldn't be very good at goal. Now listen, listen. Payet for me gets into everyone's team. Real Madrid, Barcelona, whoever you want. Payet is the top of the tree. Payet's one of the top 5 players in the world at the moment. Lanzini is excellent. I love Lanzini. He's very good. But you know, I mean, Payet's a special best player in West Ham in years. He's better than Di Canio and everything.
I think he's class. I honestly think Lanzini is that good. I really do. Jack's sitting there giggling. But I'll get your prediction in a second. We've got a competition winner. The winner of the signed shirt we got from Ian Bishop, which I've left in the other room and I don't have it on me. It's got all the signatures from the ex-players at Martin O'Rourke's testimonial, Ashton, Di Canio, Ray Ferdinand, everyone. The winner is Callum B1. That's your Twitter username. There you go. A hand on applause from Jack. That wasn't in the competition, but you've got a bit extra there. We'll give it to you on Saturday.
Sorry, just quickly. You know, you said you left it in the other room. Well, you haven't left it in the utility room in the washing basket by the washing machine, have you? So those lovely signatures can get washed off with a Daz Ultra, no?
No, I had to move my studio tonight, unfortunately, so it's left there. But we do have a new competition. We were going to announce this on the show we're recording tomorrow night. However, we've had to bring it forward because we've got a new competition coming out tomorrow. So do keep your eye on the forum at hammerchat.com. Do keep your eye on our Twitter at hammers_chat and facebook.com/hammerchat. We'll be across all our platforms. You don't want to miss it. It's just as big, if not bigger, than the signed shirt that we're giving away. Prediction time. Time to get off the fence. Gonzo, let's start with yourself. You've only had about one score correct all season. Can you get another one?
Predictions, yeah. I think it'll be a tight one. I think it'll probably be 2-1 to West Ham would be my prediction for this one, Gio.
Jack, are you going for the 3 points for West Ham, or are you going to sit on the fence and go for the draw?
I think it'll be 2-2 or 1-0 West Ham.
Well, there you go. Just so you know, 2-2 is our most popular scoreline this season, which is quite unusual. And if you'd had a tenner on every score to be 2-2 for West Ham, you'd be in the hundreds in profit this season so far, just in case you're fancying 2-2 this weekend. I'm going for goals, and I'm going for 3-2 West Ham. I think this is going to be one of the best days you'll ever see at Upton Park, and I think it will be a fitting tribute for our last season. But while you're here, remember to hit the subscribe button. Don't miss any content from Hammers Chat. Also, pop onto the westhamway.co.uk for all the exclusives from ex-West Ham employee, as well as writers like Jack. ClarityHue.info for all your latest news, all your updates ahead of the big game on Saturday, and of course hammerschat.com to talk with your fellow West Ham fans. We've got a couple of new features on there, so don't miss out. Come have a wee look. That's been Gonzo, I've been Geo, that's been Jack. Thank you very much for watching.